Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Board Game Nerds podcast. I am your host, Nick, and with me, as always, I'm afraid today it's not going to be a Yub. I've been working like crazy. My schedule's been a little bit wacky, so we haven't been able to coordinate and pull out an episode for you, but I'm here. I'm going to do my best. I know I'm not the same without my better half, but I'm still going to try for you guys. So what are we going to do today? We were about to do another one of our top 10 letter lists. Not saying more. We're going to do that probably next week. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to go through my collection of board games, let you know what board games exist in my collection. And I was thinking, I haven't really talked about it with a Yub, so it's not factual, but I was thinking maybe at the end of every month when we do our monthly episode, it would be nice to add some collection updates just to spice that episode a little bit. You know, this month, this left my collection, this ended my collection, and so on and so forth. And in order for us to do that, you first of all must know what's in our collection. But before we do that, I'm going to talk about some games I've been playing. I think I'm going to talk about Kingdom Legacy today, maybe making a little bit of more of a deep dive into it, because I've been wanting to do that for a while and haven't had a chance to do it. Before all that, though, before I dive in, just a quick note. If you enjoy what we do, you can support us by joining our Patreon or buy product using our Amazon affiliate links. You're going to buy a board game anyways. Might as well help the podcast. You can always leave us a review on Spotify, even download or listen to the episode. That also helps a lot. And of course, the best thing you can do is just spread the word. Tell a friend, hey, the two cool dudes that are doing a podcast, go listen to them. You can find us both on Instagram and Blue Sky. We post snapshots of our game nights and pictures of different games we play, as well as reels. So yeah, feel free to email us in our email. And anything else you want to talk to us about, we are open. We really like board games and we really love talking about it for hours, every day, all day. All right, I've mumbled enough. Let's try and get... Man, this definitely does not feel right, man. I need a Yub with me. Anyway, I'll try and do it on my own. Kingdom Legacy. What is Kingdom Legacy? You definitely heard me talk about it a lot. I talked about it in my favorite solo games episode. I talked about it in my top board games of all time episode. So definitely, I've been mentioning it a lot. What is it, though? Kingdom Legacy is a solo game where you are trying to build your kingdom. The base game promises to be a game that lasts around 6 hours, and you can do it in multiple sessions. And what you do through those 6 hours is trying to build your kingdom. The game is designed by Jonathan Fryxelius and published by Fricks Games, which, of course, you know I have a very soft spot for. They created some of my favorite games of all time. And it is a solo legacy campaign card game. The core mechanism of the game is that at the beginning of the game, you will have a deck of 10 cards. And all you do for the entirety of the game is at the start of each turn, draw 4 cards. Then, those 4 cards you drew, you're going to play with them. Usually those cards will represent different things in your kingdom. For example, a locale, let's say for example a farm, a castle, a cave, a well. Or they will represent people in your kingdom, let's say for example a farmer, or a merchant, or a prince. When you progress through the game, you might actually find other things in your kingdom, like events happening or enemies attacking. And all these things will be represented by the cards. So you draw 4 cards, and then you're going to spend resources that you will find on those cards, and you will try to actually upgrade your kingdom, make it better. The clever thing in this game is that the cards have, most of them, not all of them, 4 different sides. So 2 sides on the front of the card and 2 sides on the back of this card, and that is denoted by a line in the middle of the card. So the top part is a card, the bottom part is another card, and then on the back the same. So orientation of your cards plays a very vital role. Whenever you upgrade a card, you usually either turn it on its back or flip it. And then it's a very good idea to be careful how you move the cards around, because once the orientation of a card is set, you should not change it unless stated to do so. After drawing your 4 cards and doing one of these actions, usually upgrading, at least in the beginning of the game, your turn ends. Whenever you upgrade a card, your turn will end, and then you will draw 4 more cards. And then you will do it again. And then 4 more cards, and then you will do it again. Whenever your deck runs out, that is when your kingdom progresses. I want to think of it thematically as time passing and different things happening. And how that thing happens in the game is actually through a legacy reveal mechanism. There is this huge stack of cards that is not your deck, and whenever you progress, aka run through your entire deck, you're going to be instructed to take the top X cards of that deck, usually 4, and then add them to your deck. Once you do that, you once again shuffle, draw 4, and keep going and keep going. This one more turn nature of the game makes it very, very addictive, and the dopamine that hits when you play this game is off the charts. What you want to be doing in this game is try to balance between upgrading and resource managing your kingdom in order to try and accumulate a very good deck while at the same time managing points. When that whole big deck of the campaign runs out and you've added all the cards that are to add to your deck, then your campaign will be over. You will note your score and then you will have finished the game. And that's it. It takes anywhere between 4 to 6 hours. The first time I played through it, I think I did it around 3.5, but I'm not really a good judge, as I'm usually very fast to play and make very rushed decisions. So I'm guessing that a balanced playthrough, as of course the box dictates, will be around 6 hours. The gameplay is very, very simple, I think, but the chaining and the combos that can come from playing this game are really what makes the game interesting. Whenever you have the 4 cards in front of you, you might be willing to, upgrade this card because it will have a better benefit now, or maybe upgrade the other card because it will have a greater scaling later. Or later on when you get to fight enemies, a little bit of a spoiler alert here, you can choose to defeat the enemies, thus removing them and not having to worry about them later, but thus foregoing your turn and not being able to upgrade a card. When you play your turn, you can choose to keep playing after the 4 first card you drew by drawing extra cards, by drawing 2 more cards, and you can keep doing this as much as you want. Of course, the positive in that is you get more options on what to do, but the negative is that this whole thing you're doing only counts as 1 turn. So even if you keep drawing cards, you will only be able to do 1 upgrade or defeat 1 enemy, and so on and so forth. Quick setups is really one of the best things about the game. The setup and teardown is really, really quick. It is very compact, so you can take it with you anywhere, and the progression feels really, really, really satisfying in the game. It really makes you feel like you've accomplished something. If I had to talk about the negatives of the game, because although I've mentioned that I love it, there are definitely a few negatives. I mean, the one that most people will say is that you can only play it once. There could be ways for you to reset it and play it again. I know many people on BGG have gone and figured out creative ways to replay it, because I didn't mention this, but in the game, there are many stickers you get to put on the cards. You will be instructed to tear the cards and so on and so forth, write on the cards, paint the cards, and so on and so forth. Of course, through the use of sleeves and maybe marks instead of stickers, you could replay it, but I mean, it's really not that costly, I think. I've already bought it twice, so I'm already out of my thing. And I've already finished it once with every single expansion, and I'm going to get to expansions a little bit later. And I'm almost finished it the second time as well. I'm only missing the final expansion of Ring of the Woods that I'm leaving for a perfect time to play when I'm not so drowning in work. Yeah. As far as any more weaknesses, maybe sometimes there are some rules ambiguity. I would highly, highly, highly recommend you play this game with the website open. It has an amazing FAQ, and you can input any single card and it will just tell you all the rules for it, any FAQs that might exist, any rules, contradictions, and so on and so forth. And trust me, this game has such a good community. People have been playing this game a lot, and any question I had, I didn't even have to type it. I just found it. It was so, so helpful. Let's talk a little bit about expansions. There are 4 right now, with 3 more on the way. The expansions are divided into 2 categories: booster packs and big set expansions. Booster pack expansions usually add a few more rounds to the game, usually 3, I think, with some small content for your kingdom, offering different things. Let's take, for example, the Adventures expansion. Add a fantasy flavor, add some quests, a small difficulty bump, and you also get to I don't want to talk about purging. I think that's a bit of a spoiler territory, but you get to upgrade your deck in an effective and unique way, let's say. Then there's also the Merchant expansion, which is like once again a small booster expansion that offers some interesting trade things you can do, some economic decisions, you get some animals and so on and so forth. And then the last small one that came recently is Ring of the Woods, where you are actually fighting against bandits to defend the kingdom, which is, I'm not gonna lie, wasn't easy for my kingdom. The big box expansion that's released so far is called Distant Lands, and it will have you leave your kingdom and travel via ship to a new land to try and do stuff there. That was very interesting. The only thing I'm gonna say, I hate those Rats. There are three more expansions coming. One of them is a big one coming at Essen and a small one coming at Essen. I really don't remember the names. I'm sorry, everyone. And then there is another, I think, big one, might be small. I think it's a big one coming in December, as of right now at least. If I had to give you some tips, if you want to replay it, you might want to consider sleeving it and maybe use wet erase markers, just so you know if you want to play it again. I highly recommend, just if you want to play it again, just buy it again. I mean, it's definitely not that costly. Definitely keep the online guide open so you can see all the FAQs and all the questions you have. It's very easy. And if you are a person that gets tired from reading all the time, I would definitely recommend you breaking the campaign down, maybe to 1 hour sessions, maybe 1 hour and 30-minute sessions, and so on and so forth. There is not a correct order to playing the expansions. You can play them in any order you like, but I would definitely recommend playing 2 of the 3 small expansions before Distant Lands, and definitely I would recommend playing Adventures before Distant Lands, because there's some adventures that you can keep playing even though... Anyway, you will figure it out. It's pretty easy. Final verdict. Definitely an amazing game for me. Very close to 10 out of 10. If it loses some points, I don't know why, man. I don't think it loses some points. I've rated it a 10 on BGG, and it's in my top 10 games of all time right now. So, I mean, it's a solo game. If you don't like solo games, then it might be a turn off straight away. This is definitely a game for those people who love solo gaming. If you like solving card puzzles, if you want creative ways to try and make your kingdom stronger, this is a game definitely for you. This game is not for people who don't enjoy solo gaming, obviously, and this is not for people, I think, who are very AP prone. Although that might not be true, because, you know, when you play solo and you are AP prone, it doesn't matter because you don't hinder anyone. Take 5 hours to think, I don't mind, you're on your own. So yeah, I would definitely... Now that I think about it better, in my mind, you can tell I've practiced a lot for this episode. You can definitely be AP prone and play this game. Are the expansions essential? I would say if you like the first base game, definitely go for an expansion. Definitely. And I'm definitely gonna play it again. I'm hyped. I've finished it already once with all the expansions. My score is actually pretty high. I've been comparing to other people and I'm doing pretty well. I'm missing the last expansion for my second playthrough, and I have a feeling that Ayub will not be finishing his own. He's not a solo gamer. He really liked the game. He expressed how much he liked it, but it's not for him. He's a very social person. He wants to play with other people. That's why Kingdom Legacy did not super click with him. So I might have a chance to finish his campaign, maybe. Fingers crossed. You never know. And that is my story for Kingdom Legacy. Let me know in the comments or in a private message if you've played it and if you have any interesting stories to share. If I want to share something without spoiling too much, is I really anxiously await to be rewarded by that one person I saved. Wink, wink. People who played the game probably know what I'm talking about. Whew! It is really hard being on your own without Ayub talking all the time. But we did it. All right, let's talk about the collection. So, my collection is mainly here in Copenhagen, but as I've been living in Greece for my whole life, I still have a lot of games back in Greece, and I do have a small amount of games which belong technically to my brother that are in the US. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go very quickly through the games I have in the US and in Greece, and then as I go through my collection here in Copenhagen, I'm going to get in a little bit more detail about the games and what I feel about them, if they're moving out, if they're in the shelf of shame, if I haven't played them, and so on and so forth. All right, let's start with the US. Not many games there. We have Kingdom Rush Rift in Time. I've played it twice solo. It was not bad. I have This War of Mine. This is a game I absolutely love and I would love to play more. It's an amazing solo game. Azul is there. Pretty typical. King's Dilemma Sealed. We still haven't been able to put that on the table. King Domino. Mansions of Madness 2nd edition. My Hero Academia, the card game. That sounds interesting, actually. Anime-themed card game. Could be cool. Twilight Struggle, and then Unlock Secret Adventures. Nothing really crazy there. And then, back in Greece, we have Aeolis. It's a prototype of a game I used to work on a few years back. I don't even know how it ended up with me, to be honest. Battle Lore 2nd edition. Probably my only war game. I really like it, actually. It was pretty good. I have Blood Raid, technically belonging to one of my best friends. It's still at my house. Man, I think we need to get back to area controls. We definitely let them slide a little bit. Then Buzzer Wizard is a trivia game. I have the D&D 2002 board game, one of the first board game I played as a kid. And then I have the trifecta of D&D 4th edition games, Legend of Drizzt, Ravenloft, and Wrath of Asardalon. I have a lot of Dice Masters pack. I used to play a lot back in the day. I have almost every single expansion and the base game of Dominion 1st edition. I have Imperial Settlers, Empires of the North, and I have no idea why I still haven't brought it to Copenhagen. I have Smash Up with almost all the expansions, Star Realms with a bunch of expansions, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Munchkin. I have no idea why I have that game. Probably a gift. I have War of the Rings 2nd edition in Greek. That was a gift for my 22nd birthday, I think, from my 7 of my friends came together and bought me this game. I've only played it once, but damn, that was good. I have Discworld. I haven't brought it here because it's in Greek. I really like Discworld. I have Tyrants of the Underdark. I left it there because Ayub has it here, so, I have some good games back in Greece to play as well. Seven Wonders, and then, of course, one of my biggest loves in board gaming history, Pathfinder adventure card games. All the base sets, every single expansion, 1st and 2nd edition, every single content that exists for Pathfinder adventure card game I have. I'm very sad this game is discontinued. Please continue it. Please, Paizo. I will do anything. No, I'm just kidding. It's a good game. All right. Now let's go in alphabetical order and see the games I have here in Copenhagen. Let's see if I can give you some stats. I think I can. I think I have some stats here for you. Yes. I have a total of 93 games in Copenhagen, 23 games in Greece, and 9 games in the US, bringing me to a grand total of 125 games. Well, if you consider Pathfinder is almost, I want to say 30 games on its own, that's definitely, yeah. I'm not counting expansions. When I'm saying 125, I'm only counting base games, so that's why that's a small number. I really want to drop it more, though it's not small. I want to make it smaller. Anyway, mumbled a lot again. Let's do it. First game is Seventh Continent, designed by Rudy Ludovic. Seventh Continent is it's a really nice game. It's an adventure game. I mainly played solo. I've played a lot with my old roommate as well. I have Veins of the Earth and Must Come Down expansions I see here. It's not leaving my collection anytime soon. I really like it. I haven't won once. I really want to win. And once I win, I think I can move from it and move on to 7th Citadel. Above and Below is next from Lion Lockhart. I really like Above and Below. It was on my sell shelf a few weeks back. But when I got an offer for it, that's when I realized that I don't want to let it go. So it's staying with me. Aeon's End Legacy with the Origins expansion. We've played through this campaign with my old roommate and one of my best friends, Chris, and then we also ran through it with Ayub. It was very enjoyable. I've played a few times solo non-campaign. That was also good. It's a good deck building. I really don't see it leaving. I think it's a good game. Then we have Architect of the Game of the West Kingdom, designed by S.J. McDonald and Sam Phillips, of course. It's from the West Kingdom trilogy. It's not going anywhere. I have every single expansion, deluxe edition, playmat, love it. We did the Tome Saga. We want to do it again. Good game. Then I have a small economic game called Artificium by Timofey Shardgodonsky. I hope I didn't butcher your name, Timofey. It is currently on my sell list. It is a game that you do a lot of resource conversion, which I like, but I think that overall, whenever I played it with someone, they were like, meh. They never loved it, so that's why I'm moving from it. Then I have Bank the Bullet with the Gold Rush expansion. Emiliano Scar is the designer. Bank is a nice game. It's one of those party games that has player elimination, which is a little bit annoying, but I have so many fond memories of it that I don't think I can get rid of it. Charterstone comes next from the one and only Jamie Stagmeyer. Back in COVID, we played the 10 out of the 12 levels of Charterstone, and I will never forgive myself for not completing it. 6-player playthrough. It would have been so nice. We never finished it. Got a second-hand copy here for cheap. Don't see us playing it. It is on my sell shelf. We'll see. Chimera is a Romeo Henion game, the designer. I got it from Essen 2 years ago. It was like the final day. They had some crazy offers, like 3 games, €10. I knew nothing about it. I took it. It's a party dexterity real-time game where you're crafting different beasts to impress the king. Played it twice. Not for me. It's on my sell list for almost 2 years now. Nobody seems to get it. I might give it away at some point. Then we have Coloma Deluxe Edition, designer Johnny Pack. I got that last year at the Essen auction. I really love Coloma. We played it a lot. We played it 7 times, I think, since last year. It's not going anywhere. Unfortunately, discontinued, so we're not getting the expansion, but still a good game. Sorry about that. Next, we have one of my personal favorite designers, Scott Alms, and the first game of his on my list, and spoiler alert, I have a lot of his games, and that is Cosmic Colonies with the Monumental Achievement expansion. Cosmic Colonies is a nice polyomino game. I really like it. I don't think it's going anywhere. Everybody likes it, so I think it's staying. Dark Tales comes next. Pierluca Zicci is the designer. It's a small card game about dark fairy tales. I like it. It is on my shelf because everybody else I played with was not a huge fan, so nothing much to say. Then we got a Colossus, Darwin's Journey Deluxe Edition with all the expansions by the one and only Simone Luciani. Yeah, this game is hovering around my top 10 for all these years. This year that I got and actually played it all, it might climb in there. We'll see. Not going anywhere. Love the game. DC deck building game. One of my first ever items that I started maniacally collecting. Designed by Matt Hira. I have so many expansions for this. I brought it here in Denmark to play with you. I think he wasn't the biggest fan, so it's now just collecting that, but still not going anywhere. Dead Cells comes next, one of my best games I got from Essen last year, designed by Antoine Bauza. It is a roguelike campaign game. I finished it once. I've recently reset it and gearing to go again at it with a Ayub this time. Deus is another game I got 1.5 years ago from, I think it was an auction. Sebastian Dujardin, the designer. Once again, I'm butchering all these names. Deus is a nice, interesting game. I've played it 3 times, and it definitely makes me want to play it again. You have a tableau in front of you, and you are playing cards to that tableau, and depending on the color of the card you're playing, you're placing a building that corresponds to that color to a board. So there's some area majority happening on the board while you're also scrolling your cards. It's nice. Whenever you play a card of a certain color, you re-trigger all the cards of that color. It's a nice mechanic. Really like it. Dice Forge, designed by Regis Bonesi with the Rebellion expansion. That was a gift. Dice Forge was a gift all the way back in 2017. It's a really neat game. I don't think I've seen this mechanism in other games. Probably exists. It's like a deck building game, but instead of building your deck, you are building your dice. So you have 2 dice, and the sides of your dice go out, and you put better sides in. Very interesting mechanic. Dice Town's nice. Dice Forge is nice. Spoiler alert, Dice Town's next. Designed by Bruno Cafala. It is a good game. It has the poker mechanism, and you're trying to make combinations in your dice, your poker dice, to win different rewards. Pretty nice, pretty chill, almost filler category. Then another game I got as a gift, Dragoon, designed by Jake Given. Dragoon is a nice area control, very beautiful and elegant game. It's not the best game I've played, but I have a soft spot for it. I think I'll keep it. Dreamworld we got at Essen last year from the Unconscious Mind people. It's designed, of course, by Johnny Pack. I still haven't played it, and I do have it on my sell list. I should probably play it. I know nothing about it. Dune Imperium with Immortality and Rise of X expansions, designed by Paul Dennen. I mean, if you're listening to this podcast and you don't know what Doom Imperium is, I mean, it is a very good game. It's not going anywhere. Really love it. Then we have Dungeon Fighter, designed by Aureliano Buofino. I think Dungeon Fighter might be my favorite dexterity game of all time because it combines D&D with dexterity and silliness. So it's pretty cool. One negative about the game is that I have it in Greek, so it's a little bit harder to bring out here, although it is mostly language independent. El Gaucho, designed by Arvid D. Fuller. is a game that I got from the auction at Essen last year, and I really like this game. This game it's a design from 2014, if I recall correctly, and you are cowboys trying to gather cows. It looks so bland, it looks so old, it looks so simple, yet there's something about this game that I really, really like. I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. Next game on the list, and it is a big one, it is Endless Winter Paleo-Americans with all of the expansion designed by Stan Kordonski. Endless Winter has been in my top 10 ever since the day I played it. It's probably dropping now, but still not near enough for me to sell it. Even though Ayub has it, and I've sold many games that I had that Ayub has, I don't think Endless Winter is going to be one of them. Next game is Everdale, with all of the expansion besides the solo expansion, which is weird for me. Designed by James Wilson. Everdale is an engine building game with cute animals and worker placement. It's just a game for me. It's a galore of mechanisms I love. It has a lot of puzzles that need solving. It has a lot of things happening. And once you put all the expansion in, it's a very, very big game. Going back to S.J. McDonald's and Sam Phillips, we have Ezra and Nehemiah, one of their newest designs. Just a magnificent game. I do have a small issue with it, but still I think it's hovering very close to my top 10, so it's not going anywhere. Fate Flip Washed Ashore is a solo game designed by Johannes Krenner, and I got it from Essen last year as well. I like it. I've played it now around 10 times. I would really love to actually give it to other people to play it so I can see what they think about it. But it's a very unique game. You just have a deck of cards and you read them, and depending on your choices, you flip them in different orientations, and you try to survive it in a straight island. It's cool. Fate Forged Chronicles of Kaan with the Class of Immortals expansion designed by Gordon Calleja. Also from Essen. Was it last year or was it 2 years ago? I think it was last year. It is a campaign game with an app. I played through it, finished it. Amazing. I have the expansion for it. I still haven't played it. We played the non-campaign version with Ayub. He was okay with it. Didn't love it. Didn't hate it. And there's a new expansion coming at Essen, which I am very, very excited about. Fellowship of the Ring trick-taking game by Brian Bornmuller. It is a trick-taking cooperative campaign-ish game. We've played a lot of it with Ayub and another friend of the podcast. We haven't finished it yet, so until I finish it, I'm not selling it, so it's in the collection. Gloomhaven, Jaws of the Lion, and Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs, designed by Isaac Childrens, the first two, and Joe Kipfel, the third one, are all campaign games that I've played and finished, but I mean, just the hassle of selling it and going through the process. I don't think I'm playing Gloomhaven ever again in real life because we play it online now. Jaws of the Lion and Buttons and Bugs I'll probably revisit, but I don't think I'm selling them just because of the trouble it will be to do so. Gwent this is the old Gwent by Damien Monier, is a game that was actually included in the PlayStation Witcher 3 or 2 game. And it's a head-to-head game, a card game. I played it a bit back in the day. I saw that it rose up in price a little bit, and that's why I brought it to Copenhagen to sell it, but I still haven't been able to. So if you want a copy of this Gwent game, I know there's a new one coming out now, so I don't know, you might want it. Heroes of Might and Magic 3, the board game by Kamil Bialkowski, with every single expansion released so far included, and the second wave actually coming hopefully soon. It is a board game based on the video game with the same name. Played the video game a lot as a kid, like a lot, and this game is amazing. It was my number 3 game of all time last year, so I really like it. Hidden Leaders with the Queens and Friends expansion by Andreas Mueller. Hidden Leaders is nice. We had a phase where everybody loved it and we played it a lot. I think we're past this phase. It's not on my sell list, but it is one step from moving in the sell list. Hostage Negotiator by A.G. Porfirio is a nice, compact, small, interesting solo game. It was on my sell list for a while until I played it again, and then I was like, whoa, that's nice. I think this is the base for the big solo game called Final Girl. Maybe I'm wrong. I think the big Final Girl game is Hostage Negotiator, but grander scale. Then we have Imperial Settlers with every single expansion, once again by Ignacy. I cannot say that last name. Srewiczek. Imperial Settlers is outdated by now. I know 51st State is out. I know Empires of the North is out. But it will forever be my favorite of the three. There's a solo campaign for it. I've played through that twice. And these past few weeks, I've been itching to replay it. I really like the game. It's just an engine builder with you pick a tribe, fully asymmetrical. You have your own deck and you go through it. It's very, very good. Imperium Classics, designed by Nigel Buckle and David Turchi, is a deck building game, a very unique, fully asymmetrical deck building game that I've found myself enjoying. First time I played it, meh. Second time I played it, okay. Third time I played, okay. We got a good game here. In the Hall of the Mountain King, with the expansion Champions and Cursed Mountain, designed by Jamie Cornier. In the Hall of the Mountain King is a very interesting game. Every time I play it, I'm like, there is something here. And then when I put it away, I don't want to play it for a long time. And then randomly I will get the urge to play it. Does that happen to you as well? Or is it just me? Maybe. But anyway, I don't think I'm selling it. I think I like it for what it is. I did not like the solo mode, which I usually do. So that's a negative, but I don't think I'm selling it. Invincible, the hero building game designed by Kevin Spack, was a gift from Ayub, so I'm definitely not selling it. It's a campaign game. We played through the campaign with Ayub. We finished it. But slowly, it's coming back to us. Plus, it's a very new game. There might be new content for it, and I'm always up for it. Istanbul, with both the expansion, the Letters and Seals, and the Coffee Matcha something expansion, designed by Rudiger Dorn, is a game that will forever stay in my collection. It doesn't see much play nowadays, as it's a little bit outdated and not everybody loves it, but it's not going anywhere. Keyforge. I have 13 decks for Keyforge, plus a solo campaign designed by the one and only Richard Garfield. Keyforge is a game designed to be a TCG without the need of opening booster packs. You buy a deck, your deck is unique throughout the world, and you only need your deck to play. That was the philosophy behind it. When it came out, me and my friends got crazy about it, started playing it a lot, and then it just, I think maybe because of COVID, it just died out. And then a few months back, we randomly got an update about it, and some solo thing stuff came out, and we started playing it with Ayub a little bit. But then it just fell down. But it's not going anywhere. Not anytime soon, at least. Unless the decks cost like $500, then I might sell a few of the decks. Kingdom Legacy. I have it twice with all the expansion. Jonathan Frakes is the designer. I've already talked about it. It's never going anywhere. Love it. Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle-earth by Antoine Bauza and Bruno Cafala. Man, what a designer lineup. It's a new version of Seven Wonders Duel. I really like it. It's getting an expansion this year at Essen. Allies, I think it's called. We're keeping it. We love it. Good. Lost Ruins of Arnak, with every single expansion and now the big box, designed by Elven and Min, Ayub's #1 game of all time as of last year. It is not going anywhere. Another game that Ayub also has that I'm not giving away. It's because of how much I love it. It was my top 10 last year. Let's see if it stays. Then we have Love Letter, designed by Sheiji Kanal, and honestly, I've played Love Letter so much, so much, that I wouldn't mind giving it away. I don't care. Everybody knows it by now. Everybody will have a copy of it. It is my shelf for what it's worth, so might go, might not. Who knows? Mage Knight Ultimate Edition, which includes all the expansions, by Vlada Chevadl, top. Behind Kingdom Legacy, probably the best solo game I've ever played. It was my #2 game of all time last year, not because of its solo mode, but just because it's an amazing game. It has everything I want from a game. It has brain burners, it's a deck building, it's a huge thing, it's infinitely replayable, it has asymmetrical heroes, it's just a heavy, I don't know, I was going to say a Greek word. It is a heavy and good game that I love. Majesty for the Realm, designed by Mark Andre, is currently on my sell list. I think it got a new, or is getting a new version. We had fun for it for a while, but I think it's a little bit too wacky for what it is. So it is on my sell list for now. We'll see how it goes. Marvel Champions by Michael Broggs. I do have a few expansions. I don't really remember which one. Or maybe I do. Wait. Let's see here. Yeah, I do. I have Magneto, Thor, Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, Wasp, Ant-Man, and Storm for the Hero Pack. For those of you keeping count. I'm sure nobody is. I also have Gambit, as I can see here. And then from the villain set, I have the Wrecking Crew and Green Goblin. Marvel Champions I originally got for a solo game, so I can have another solo in my collection. But I really liked it when we played it 2 players. I think I liked it more than the solo, which is now leading me to want to play 200 solo. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. A lot of things to explore. A head-to-head set is coming this year, and so also exciting. Good game. Midara, the Titan of the House, designed by Clayton Helm, was a game that I had in my possession for almost 4 years. I've never played it. And then, sorry about that. And then, like a month ago, one of my friends came and we played through the entire campaign in the course of 10 days. What an experience. It's not going anywhere. I definitely want to play that game again. That's a good game. Minos, Dawn of the Bronze Age, once again designed by Start Kordonsky, designer of Endless Winter. It was one of the so-called Big Four from last year's Essen, alongside SETI, Unconscious Mind, and Civolution. Big Four is a term we coined, and it's getting an expansion this year, so no, it's not going anywhere. Mistborn, the deck-building game by John DeClaire, is next. I mean, if you haven't read the Mistborn series, I don't know why you're listening to this podcast. Just go and read the books. They are amazing. The game is just a simple deck-building game. It uses a unique mechanic with some coins called medals in the books. It's amazing. Never going anywhere. Please give me expansions. Love it. Near and Far with the Umber Mines expansion, the second game from Ryan Lockett after Above and Below. For me, Stage is above and Below. I really like it more. We've been playing the campaign with a Yub. We are almost halfway through. We are finishing it at some point. Not going away. Nidavellir by Serge Laguette. It is a good game. It is a kind of like a drafting bidding game where you get these dwarves and you collect them in some way. I want to sell this game. I'm not a huge fan, but I've never won once. So once I manage to get a victory in this game, then it's going to go on my sell pile. Uwe Rosenberg comes next with the game Nusfjord, the big box. Love it. Took it for solo. Keeping it for solo. I love it. It's staying in the collection. Gotta get those fish. One Deck Dungeon by Chris Seilik is next. Man, I'm really butchering those last names today. Once again, I took it for solo, but I found one of my friends who's not board gamer, actually, in an Erasmus Plus project. He loved this game. We played it all day. So it's nice that it also has a co-op viability. I got a new expansion for it recently. I don't remember the name of it, but I really like it. It's a full, small game. I usually take it with me when I travel, hence the Erasmus play. So I don't think it's going anywhere. Then we have Orleans with all the expansions released up to this point, designed by Rainer Stockhausen. Orleans used to be in my top 5 a few years back. Then it dropped to around 8, and as of last year, for the first time, dropped out of my top 10. That does not mean it's not a game I love, and it's not going anywhere. It is a backbuilding game. It has some area majority. No, not area majority. Ugh. More like area walking through and gathering resources. But yeah, some tracks. We love tracks. Orleans is solid. S.J. McDonald, Sam Phillips, casual people you will see on my list a lot with the next West Kingdom game, and in my opinion, the best, Paladins of the West Kingdom. Amazing game. I have the expansion, of course. Not going anywhere anytime soon. Regicide is next by Paul Abrahams. Regicide is just a regular deck of cards. That's how I've made the game, at least. I've painted over some cards, just given some designs, because it is just a deck of cards. There is a legacy version coming this year in Essen, and I'm definitely going to get it. Regicide, not going anywhere. Then, one of my biggest loves that I don't think I'm going to play ever again, probably, but I'm not selling it. It's Relic by John Gudenbaugh. Relic is a talisman game themed after Warhammer. I played it many years back with one of my friends that really liked Warhammer and wanted to introduce this game to us. And my first experience of it was so terrible. But for some reason, even though it's a game definitely not to my taste, and definitely it's not something I usually play, for some reason I love Relic. I don't know why. Back to games that I like and are to my liking. Res Arcana from Thomas Lemon is a dueling card game where up to 4 people can play. You have a very small deck of cards and you play them in order and try to get as many points as possible. I've played it 2 times. Pretty new acquisition to my collection. Really want to play it more. I like it. Riverbed Hunt by the one and only Jan Theo. Shout out to my friend Jan. He's one of my good friends back in Greece. A very nice graphic designer and board game designer. Riverbed Hunt is a party game. It reminds me a little bit of Bang, and it has to do with Tritons. It is a nice game. I've only heard positive things. I was going to say, I only heard negative things about it. I've only heard positive things about it when I played it with other people. It's just that we are not usually playing party games. Having said that, I was the #1 backer of the campaign on Kickstarter, so I'm never, ever, ever selling my copy. The second of the big 4 games from last year's Essen comes next, Steady, by Thomas Holick. Very new, very fresh. Love it. Expansion coming. I'm not selling it. I'm realizing I should probably hurry up a little bit. It might be taking a while. Showtime's next, defined by Stefan Klob. Showtime is a very old game about trying to seat people in the movies so that everybody is happy. I really like it. It's very fun. I think it's in my sell pile. No, it's not my sell pile. So yeah, I'm not selling it. Bye-bye. Silver and Gold Pyramids by Phil Walker Harding. I took it from Essen 2 years ago because I liked the original Silver and Gold. Played it a few times. Is a flip and write. Is good. Not good enough. It's on my sell pile. Slay the Spire is next by Gary Dvoretsky. Love the game. Finished it already. Resetted it. It's a roguelike campaign, just like Dead Cells. Amazing game. I think it made it to the top 40 of BGG, and it only released last year. If you don't have it and you haven't played it, definitely give it a shot. Or give a shot to the video game. Video game is also nice. Spartacus comes next with all the expansion, designed by Aaron Dill. Spartacus is my #1 of all time favorite TV show. And I'm pretty sure that influences why the board game is so much to my liking, even though it has all the mechanisms that I don't like about a game. Still, never leaving my collection. I have the original first edition, not the revamp, staying with me. Plus, the box is really fucked, so it's not going anywhere. That was my one curse word. Stardew Valley comes next, another video game made board game, designed by Eric Barone and Cole Medeiros. Stardew Valley, I really, really love the coziness of the video game. The board game is not relaxing at all. It's very stressful to try and go and do everything. It's a co-op game, but I really liked it. We've only played it twice, and then I played it 2 more times as a solo game, so I really want to invest more to it. Sub-Zero is a game I've got as a review copy. It's designed by Christian Confalonieri. I don't think it's out yet. I think it's coming to GameFound, so keep your eye out. It was a nice area majority themed game. Easy enough that you could follow, I would say. Really liked it. I've currently lent it to one of my friends so he can play it with his family. So Sub-Zero staying. Super Kawaii Pets by William Cavalieri is one of my favorite filler games. It's an engine building filler game where you make sad animals happy. Enough said. Go get it. Good game. Tales and Games, The Hare and the Tortoise by Gary Kim is almost, I want to say, a child game where you have these animals racing around based on the tales of Aesopus. I don't know the name in English. Probably it's Aesopus. Good children's game. It's in Greek. It's ruined. I don't think I'm selling it anytime soon. Then we have the 3 Titans. Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition, and Terraforming Mars, the dice game by Jacob Freixelius. All expansions, super collectors, whatever editions. You know Terraforming Mars is my #1 game of all time. Never going anywhere. I love the games. I have recently designed my own legacy version of Terraforming Mars. It's not the best thing you've seen, I guarantee it. But I've played through it a few times, and I think I'm starting to like it. You know, I know that there's a legacy version coming in 2026. I'm extremely excited about it. I know that there is an expansion for Terraforming Mars. The dice game coming at Essen. I'm also excited about it. Man, I just love Terraforming Mars. Castles of Burgundy by Stefan Feld. The amount of times I've changed my opinion on how I like the game is insane. I have the 20th anniversary edition. Ayub has the new, fancy, expensive, big edition, but I don't think I'm selling mine. Then we have Through the Ages from Vlaada Chvátil. I've only played the game once. I would love to revisit it, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. So it is a good game, though. Next, we have a collection of games all by Scott Almes, and they are the Tiny Epic collection. I will say, and then I will say a score out of 10 for them, just so I can give you my very, very quick review. Tiny Epic Crimes, 6 out of 10. Tiny Epic Defenders, 5 out of 10. Tiny Epic Dungeons, 7 out of 10. Tiny Epic Galaxies and Kingdoms, both 8 out of 10. Tiny Epic Mechs, 7 out of 10. Tiny Epic Pirates, 6.5 out of 10. Tiny Epic Quest, 7 out of 10. Tiny Epic Tactics, 7 out of 10. Tiny Epic Vikings, 7.5 out of 10. Tiny Epic Western, 6.5 out of 10. And Tiny Epic Zombies at a 5.5 out of 10. And I still have but haven't played Tiny Epic Game of Thrones, so I cannot rank that. Then we have Transmissions by Adam West, the first ever Kickstarter I backed. It is a game where everybody's moving the same 4 robots around the board, taking actions and upgrading them. It's pretty cute. It's nothing super special, but it is my first ever Kickstarter, so it has value for me like that. Then we have Vault of Dragons, once again by Aaron Dill. It is a area control D&D themed game where you're going on a heist and try to steal something from a vault. I really like it. It's D&D themed. I'm not selling it, even though you paid it. Then we have Viceroy from Yuri Zhuravlyov. Man, these names. Viceroy is a pyramid building card game. There is some bidding in it as well. Viceroy is decent. I think it's on my sell pile as of right now, mainly because I've played it so much that I don't see any value of me keeping it. Then we have Viscounts of the West Kingdom. Once again, the usual suspect, S.J. McDonald and Sam Phillips. The third of the West Kingdom games, the one I like the least, but still I love it. That goes to show how much I like those guys. Then we have Viticulture with all the expansions by the one and only Jamie Stagmeyer, one of my favorite worker placement games. I really want to play a game of Viticulture, and it's a game you make wine, you sell it, and so on and so forth. But there is a strategy where you can actually win without ever making wine, and I want to do that. I don't know why. It sounds cool. Then we have Windmill Valley by Danny Garcia. Windmill Valley is a very interesting game where you have these tulip fields in the Netherlands and you're planting your tulips and trying to get points. But the way the game works is that on your turn you have these 2 cogwheels and you spin one of them and the other spins in contrast with it, and where they both land you can pick one of them to do the action. It's not as complicated as I make it sound. It's very simple actually, and it's getting an expansion this year in essence, so definitely staying. Then we have Salfjord, designed by Christian Amundsen, Otsby, and Elif Svensson. Salfjord is a re-implementation of the game Santa Maria, a game I really liked, and that's why I got Salfjord. I like it. I've only played it once, but I'm keeping it. Then we have Trust Me, a game by Martino Chiachera. It is a small game about, I think, bluffing and getting some set. I haven't played it. It's one of the few games in my collection that I haven't played yet, so I don't really know much about it. Arcanite is a card game by Tobias Richter. It is a preview copy we have. We've played it a little bit. We are actually working on it right now and bringing you a review of it, so stay tuned. And then we have Elder Scrolls Betrayal of the Second Era by Josh J. Carlson with the Valenwood expansion. The crew here got it to me as a gift, so I'm definitely not selling it, and I am definitely loving it. And then rounding up the collection, we have Dixit, sell list, Hero Master, sell list, and then finally Nations, definitely not selling it. Probably my favorite Civilization game. I really, really, really like it. Whew! That was exhausting. It's really hard actually doing a podcast without your co-host. You know, all the things you take for granted, you don't have them. You gotta talk on your own. You have no you or positive you to make fun of. It is very hard. Still, we made it. I hope you liked it. I will remind you that I did all this, so now whenever we end a month in our monthly episode, we are gonna tell you which games left and stayed in our collections, just to spice up those episodes a little bit. Of course, there's no point in me flying without a Yub, so no 5 on the fly today, since I have nobody to give me my 5 on the fly. Once again, I will repeat that if you want to help support the podcast, you can definitely do it on Patreon, Amazon, or just spread the word. And you can follow us on Instagram and Blue Sky. That is everything for today. Thank you all for bearing with me and listening to my stupid voice for almost 50 minutes. This was Nick. This was the Board Game Nerds, and we will see you all next time. Bye-bye.